you all. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to go over the final cuts, the people that made the practice squad and beyond. It is one day at a time. We still got to take a look at it in those factors. We got to understand that football is not it's not over with until it's over with, you know. So all we got to do is still continue to do the things that got us here. And that's still with player evaluation. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, Calvin. Appreciate you, man. I see you one of the first people that's in here. Thank you all. Let me see if I can pull up this other deal over here before we get started. Got to pull up the Facebook groove. And we can get this thing started, man. Got the Facebook panel open. Do this right here. Bam. There we go. Salute to you. Let me know if you guys can hear me. No wings tonight, Marvin. No wings tonight. But I want to be able. Tony, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Tony, man. Tone. And Marcelo, what's good with you? All you guys that's in here. Loud and clear. So, first and foremost, Tony Pollard changed his number from 36 to number 20. Let me know if you guys like that. And then on top of that, Donovan Wilson changed his number to 26 opposed to 37. So this first week of the season, look for 26 to fly out to the ball. I don't think that he's going to start, but when he comes in as his rotational piece, you should be seeing number 26 do his magic out there. Another thing is I want to be able to say that number 20, you know, he's going to be running in between the splits. Week 1, that may be your starting running back, number 20. And I think Alfred Morris, I think his number is going to be 32 now. I don't think that he liked the number that he wore, 23. I don't know why he changed it. But Alfred Morris will be wearing number 32. Let me just give you my practice squad all-stars right quick. The people that made the practice squad: Daniel Wise, Cedric Wilson, Mike Weber, Donovan Olumba, he made the practice squad. Michael Jackson, Mitch Hyatt, he was kind of in between anyway, and Guyton, they both made the practice squad, squadding it up. So what's going on with Ezekiel? The offer is on the table. Like I said, before like a week and a half ago, I said that he declined that first offer or his second offer. And everybody's like, Law, how do you know? How do you know? It's fake news. The news that's been reported was fake news. No, it don't take you that long to confirm, you see. So my thing is, this new offer is on the table. It's an aggressive offer. I think it's a reasonable offer. It's more than what he had on the first time. And then I would say, anybody give you an offer to a business or a company, always decline the first one, right? And then see if you can squeeze it out and go with the second offer, you know. So that's how I look at it and certain factors. Howard, what's good, man? Kyle, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in on the Facebook panel. Marvin says, I wish I was hoping that he would have kept 37 because it kind of remind me of James Washington. Yeah, the 37 is gone though, you know. He didn't like that number, you know. But 26 look cool, you know. It's a different flavor. You can name me some notable Cowboy players that wore number 26. You help a brother out. Y'all can help me out with that. And you said you feeling that we need Zeke. I mean, Howard, I think that Ezekiel Elliott, there's no way that they let this thing fester all the way until like 4 weeks from here, you know. I look at it in those angles. I think that they're going to figure out a way to get Ezekiel paid a whole lot quicker before then. Hazel, Brooks, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. 26 is my old number. Glad he chose it. This is from Ninja Nuts. Yeah, it's a good number, man. Nothing better than number 24. That's my old number. I wore number 24. And matter of fact, I wore number 24 because one of my favorite players, Everson Walls, and no one have yet to beat his record. You know, I think he caught 11 interceptions in one season. Nobody is going to beat his record. But I'll root for it. I'll root for Donovan. If Donovan Wilson catch 11 interceptions this year, woo, that'd be crazy. Law, what's good, Cowboy Nation? And to all that, what's up? This is from Hannon. Appreciate you, Hannon. All right, so some guys that was cut. Let me tell you something. George Iloka, he's gone. Cody, McElroy, he's gone. Powell, he's gone. Jamil Showers, he's hitting the showers. Jamil Showers' interview is over with. It's been a long, three-year interview, and it's over with, or a 4-year interview. Jordan Chon, you guys know how that goes. Did he make the practice squad? No, Jordan Chon didn't make it, which is bizarre. But like I said, Mike Weber, he's doing a great job. Some other notable people that was released from other teams like LaShawn McCoy's, other worlds, Brian Hoyer, Laquan Treadwell, Josh Doxson, shout out to the Texas native, and Deshaun Kaiser. What I would do if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'd try to bring in a veteran quarterback. And here's why. This is my thoughts of it. You bring in a veteran quarterback now so you won't have to bring in a veteran quarterback later. Meaning that if Lord forbid, let me knock on some wood, if something to happen to my guy Dak Prescott, you don't want to scramble around and say, okay, Cooper Rush is going to be the end all and be all, and then you try to go get a veteran quarterback after that. I would rather be already having a veteran quarterback in the mix so that in the event of something happened, you have a seasonal quarterback that's behind your perennial, I can't even talk today, perennial quarterback. So that will work. What's up with Donovan Wilson ankle? This is Dior. My thing is with the ankle, he's going to rub some Mississippi mud on it and he's going to be back out there. It's not broken. It's not a high ankle sprain. He's going to be able to be back out there, so should we sign McCoy? If McCoy is out there, then pick him up. Texas native, you know how I feel with that. Pick the kids up that for sure to know how to formulate themselves into this system. Tommy, what's good, man? I feel like we should have brought in a vet quarterback for a couple of years now. This is from Tommy. See, me and Tommy's on the same page. Tony on my Facebook panel, 11 on the O-line shows a lot. 11 on the O-line shows a lot. Yeah, it does. If it's 11 of them out there. Let me see. I don't have the roster in front of me, but you guys know more than I do. I do know that Jake Campo is gone. Tyron Christian is gone. Chris Coverton is gone. The linebacker. Reggie Davis, he's gone. Tristan Deku, he's gone. Who else did I had an eye on? Soto, he was pretty good. He wore number 67. He was pretty decent in my opinion. But hopefully he'll find his way and land on somebody's roster. The guy that we really need to pay attention to from the practice squad would be this guy right here, Cedric Wilson. And of course, Daniel Wise. Here's why. Those boys, they showed up in certain factors of the game. I think that according to Cedric Wilson, he didn't get a chance to play with the one, so he was starting off at the back end of the situation, and he didn't get a chance to showcase some of his talent. So I'm looking at it from these aspects. Groom him, and then around next year, you'll see some blossom and growth from him. The same thing with Mike Weber. We didn't get a chance to see a lot from Mike Weber. So hopefully when you make it to the practice squad, it doesn't mean that it's over with. You don't have to shut down everything. You can say to yourself, man, I still have a chance. I still have an opportunity to make things happen. Now, remember I was talking about during the off season that the lion season is here, meaning that a lot of people lied on their players. They said that I really feel a high confidence about this guy or I have high hopes and adulations on that guy. But in reality, they was looking to get rid of that person. So what I'm saying is collectively, just hear me out, collectively, what I'm saying is that now what's going to happen is this. Some of those veteran players that's been released, the Dallas Cowboys will try to take a look at them. One of the guys that I really love coming out of college is Noah Spence. I do know that he has some injuries and injuries deals going on here and there, but my thing is you can never have enough pass rushers. And here's why I'm looking at Noah Spence. I don't know what the foreseeable future is going to be with Randy Gregory. We only got a 1-year rental on Robert Quinn. So Noah Spence to me is still young. He have a shoulder injury, which I can say, let me see, make sure you guys can see him within Frank, which I can say that, he can really get rid of, let me see, move this out the way. Excuse me for a second, Cowboy Nation. Let me take you all off. It's not going to take long. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so just got to take that off because it's all in the shot, man, so you guys can see the wall right here. All right, so what I'm saying is that collectively speaking, this team will be better than what we were last year. But we still have to do player evaluation, which is 365. And when you do the player evaluation, you want to look at everything. Spence makes sense law. This is from Ohio Cowboys 64. And Ohio Cowboys 64, he knows this thing. He knows this thing. I think Noah Spence played for some team in Ohio. I'm not going to mention the name, right? I think we should keep Rolando McClain. This is what I need to say with Rolando. Rolando McClain plays when he wants to play. And I don't like players like that. I love players that love football. Now, his money may be funny. He may be looking at everything like, okay. Look, the best thing that I can equate this to is Coach Carter. You guys remember that basketball movie with my guy Samuel Jackson? There was this one kid that looked like Busy Bone. He was light-skinned. He had the afro. He walked off from the team. He quit the team. He really said he didn't want nothing to do with the team. I think the name of the movie is Coach Carter. You guys remember that movie before I go further? You guys know I love movie reference. Let me know in the chat box. Do you guys remember the movie Coach Carter? Let me know. Let me know. Yes, somebody says it. Okay. Somebody else before I begin to talk about this movie. You guys remember that movie, Coach Carter? Great movie. Yeah, Coach Carter, Samuel L. Jackson. Okay. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about now. All right, so the movie was about this coach who went in and I guess regained the popularity of a certain team. And it was my guy Samuel Jackson. You know how Samuel Jackson. He was a hard-nosed coach. And there was this one kid who was a star player on the team that everybody kind of looked up to. I'm talking about he had the handles, he could shoot and all these sorts of things. But he walked off from the team. And he had a promising future, but he really saw that the team and the coach philosophy was working all of a sudden. And he wanted to get back on the team. So what coach did was he ran him to death. Didn't allow him to shoot the ball, didn't allow him to be on the team because he knew that the talent of the guy, because it was a lot of gang affiliations and stuff with the team as well. So what he did was he made this guy run tons and tons of suicides and keep running the suicides. Made him really want it, So until Jason Garrett be that type of coach, I wouldn't want a Rolando McClain on this team. And I don't think that Jason Garrett is that type of coach. Now I do know that we got collective bargainings and all these things, but I just don't want Rolando McClain on this team because he walked away from the team. He refused to be on his team when we needed him the most. Because I can tell you right now, look me in my eyes, Cowboy Nation. Look me in my eyes. In 2016, if we had somebody that can give some turnovers and takeaways on the defense, somebody to help this defense out, don't you think that we would at least did something better in the playoffs? You see what I'm saying? We had some issues with our defense. Now that our defense done turned the corner, because in 2017 and 18, we started to pick up some pieces and stuff. But that's what I'm talking about. I don't want a guy that walk out on us when we was doing bad. Then all of a sudden he sees that we are going to the good graces. Now I want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. It don't work that way, in my opinion. Let's see what we have. So has Gregory put his papers in? Randy Gregory. My thing is with Randy, we love him as well. This year and all of the things that Randy Gregory could do for this team will be remarkable too. But he got to get his affairs in order as well. It's time out for us to continue to give this guy a chance. Give this guy a chance. I think my guy Mike Fisher used to call it second chance Valley Ranch when they was practicing and developing players out there in Valley Ranch. We need to stop being Second Chance Valley Ranch. We need to be a team that's going to put our foot down and say, hey, we know that we can identify with this guy having a problem and an issue. But are we the Dallas Cowboys? Are we the psychology Dallas Cowboys? Are we the psycho clinic Dallas Cowboys? Or we a football team? That's my thing. Either we're going to be a football clinic or a rehabilitation clinic. It's going to be either or. So trust me, I love Randy Gregory. I love what he brings to the table. But it's time out. It's been too many years for us not to have Randy Gregory out there on the field and just looking at it like, oh, as soon as he turned the corner around, he gets suspended or he get busted for this. And half of the stuff is not his problem or not his fault. I can agree. But it's a timeout for this, because at the end of the day, this is a zero excuse business. You know what? The team that went against all odds, when they had the commissioner all up there, when they talked about, hey, deflating balls and this sorts of things, and I hate to use them as a comparable, but they went against all odds. Even if you want to move on to another team, I can talk about those crazy Giants. They had everything against them, and they figured out a way that year in 2007 to beat a 13-3 Dallas Cowboys team. And we still talking about a Patrick Creighton ball that was dropped. And guess when that ball was dropped? The ball that he dropped literally was in the third quarter. We had a whole quarter to get over that pitfall of the drop pass from Patrick Creighton. You see what I'm saying? So we got to stop giving ourselves excuses. Now, I can give you guys the sugarcoat and say, well, Patrick Creighton blew that game for us. But that's not law. I can't give you guys excuses. I'm going to give you the real deal Holyfield. And we got to stop that. We got to stop that as a nation. As Cowboy Nation, we got to stop leaning on the excuses. We got to stop coddling our players. Look, all those years on the roster spot for Rico Gathers, he's no longer on his team. Did you think we could have developed somebody else? Now Rico Gathers, although he's injured reserve wave for the Cleveland Browns, he's on a whole nother team now. Look, all of that investment we put in Bruce Carter. You guys remember that? He went to another team. So we got to stop all that, man. We got to be really invested in and bought in on this team. Calvin, what's good, man? I can dig it. Yes. Tommy, what's good? How many Tommies we got over here on the Facebook? Same could be said about Garrett and Gregory. I bet Randy Gregory is an established player right now if Richard has been the head coach. Yeah? And everybody know that I love me some Coach Red. I do. But the reality of it is that Coach Red have not really put our team into the likings of, hey, man, we really got to figure out how to beat Coach Red this weekend and these sorts of things. Did we keep Donovan Wilson, Bobby Lee? Oh, yeah, we kept him. Boy, I'd have been flipping some furniture over and moving some furniture around if they'd have cut Donovan Wilson. Now, Donovan Olamba, he's on the practice squad. And Morris does not help on the special teams. Yes, now, that is another thing. We love Alfred Morris. We do. We coddle our players. We love veteran players. But in that position, in a running back position, I think that Jordan Chum would have did more for our team collectively because he can play special teams, because he can catch out of the backfield. Look, Alfred Morris, the veteran guy, is cool. Alfred Morris, the running back, you gotta have to understand. I think it was 2017. It was against the Atlanta Falcons. They went into an empty back set. They motioned Alfred Morris into the outside. I cannot make this stuff up. The cornerback literally looked at him and said, ha. He literally laughed because they knew for sure they wouldn't go past that ball to Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris is not going to catch nobody ball. It's just crazy. He wasn't going to catch that ball, man. Smoke and mirrors, it wasn't even going to work. But you need to have a threat if you're going to run that type of offense. But who am I? Maybe, just maybe, Kellen Moore knows how to use Alfred Morris better than Scott Linehan. Just maybe. Hey, Lord, Garrett just doesn't have the backbone. But again, Jerry Jones doesn't want the coach. He don't want a coach. Just ask Parcells. Who said it? Let me see. Khalid. I agree. I agree. My thing is, we look at good coaches around the NFL. We look at them. We look at their decision makers. We look at their overall thought pattern, and we'll say, man, that guy would be good for the Dallas Cowboys. Like the coach that they got rid of in the 49ers land. What's his name? Was that John Harbaugh or whatever the other, or Jim? John or Jim? One of them Harbaugh brothers. Y'all correct me, man. When they got rid of him, I said, man, that would be a nice coach. It'd be a nice coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Be a nice coach. And everybody was like, man, he's not going to leave Michigan. And then I thought about it. Even if he were to leave Michigan and come down here and coach down here in Big D, I don't think that he would last a week. I don't think he'll last one solid week with Jerry Jones. And the thing is, we all love Jerry, but Jerry can't help himself. He's going to be giving his press conference. He's going to give an interview. He's going to be all on everybody airwaves. Hell, he's going to be talking about this and talking about that. He's going to be giving away secrets. It's just how it goes with Cowboys land. So you can't have that hard-nosed, physical coach that's going to be able to say, hey, nah, Jerry, we don't want you in this meeting right now. We're just going to talk to the players. They're just the coaches and the players. And Jerry Jones going to say, come again? What are you trying to say? It's my team. I built that star, you see? Yeah. Josh Skinner, the winner, man. What's good, man? What do you think about Ore? Who is Ore? Real late law, but here. Yeah. I feel you, man. Michael, what's good, man? I like this guy. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Yeah, I cannot sugarcoat anything, man. Gregory is obviously using weed for depression and not recreational. It will be very difficult for him to stop. Yeah, now this is something that I do agree that Randy Gregory transgressions is not something for, hey, I just want to smoke this blunt to get high, or I just want to down, just like somebody saying, oh, I'm going to down this tequila just to feel good. I think that he's really using it. I think he's been diagnosed with bipolar. And that's a serious deal. The NFL been in a serious situation with that. They don't know how to handle that. The NFL, this is the problem. And I can't dog the NFL that much, right? Because last year, they opened up a little bit. They allowed players to dance in the end zone. Remember there was such an egregious approach a couple years ago when they said, well, you can't dance in the end zone and these sorts of things. They allow you to dance in the end zone. They changed a few things. They allow you to do the group celebrations and stuff like that. So we can't 100% down the NFL, right? But my thing is that they are still old school on a lot of approaches, like the marijuana situation. I think the NBA don't even test for it unless you get caught in the airport with a bag or a zone or a brick or something like that. So it's crazy, you know. The NFL is such a slow dinosaur, tortoise type of movement as it relates to those things. And I just hope that due to the new collective bargain agreement, they can leverage that and they can get rid of the crazy testings, okay? Carolina Cowboy, what's good? Do you see Cowboys taking another chance at Orlando McClain? Like I said, with Orlando McClain, they own his rights with the cool. They probably can figure out a way to trade him or get some type of not compensatory, but some type of late round draft pick for him if you really want to go to some other team. But you have to be cause for pause because he hasn't played football in 3 years. And then the way he left, it'll be a different story if it was due to injury or if it was due to some other nefarious situations there. But he walked off from the team and he got caught with that scissor, that drink stuff. You know what I mean? Yes. Thomas, what's good, man? Let him smoke for pain. Better than pills. He's over. Hey, what it is, what David Irvin says. But he says is it weed over pills or something like that? Something like that movement that he got. If that's the case, then if they remove the marijuana policy, I'll be on the phone with David Irvin saying, hey, what's up, David? We don't have number 95 for you, but we have a number for you once you come on back, you know. Yeah. Mr. President, what's good with you? Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Law, what's your record prediction? Now you guys know I don't do record prediction, but I will say this right quick, and I'm not trying to be coy with you all. I will say this: this team is too talented to go 8-8. It's too talented, and I see that this team is a 10+ win team, and I think that we are better than what we are last year or were last year. Can't even talk tonight. Let me give me some coffee. Let me get some more of this drink in this thing. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? 12-4. That's what Manic says. What about Taco? What about Taco? Taco Charlton. Here's the thing with Taco. In my mind, I think that Taco is a left defensive edge rusher. Not right, he's a left. You have D-Law in that slot as a left defensive end. And the thing is with that is that when Taco tried to play on the right side, you just don't see anything from him. Now, Taco played fairly decent his rookie year, believe it or not. I did a chart of like how many sacks he could have had, even if they were holding and these sorts of things. It was like a total of like 6, like north of 6 numbers. I can't really recall the exact number, but it's kind of around that area. If you add in the holding calls that they didn't call and these sorts of things. Yeah, they really don't call it on rookies. Now, this is the backstory of the reason why Taco was drafted, okay? Taco Charlton was drafted because of D-Law. At the time, when D-Law was before, he had his rookie year, D-Law had some type of setback. And then his second year, he had another setback. And his third year, it was like one of those things where he was coming back from an injury. And the Cowboys said, 2 tears in the bucket. Let's go ahead and draft us a guy that can cement himself on that left defensive edge side. What happened here is the green light came on for D-Law. And D-Law, he showed his butt off. And then on top of that, D-Law, he didn't do what Ezekiel Elliott was doing. He said, okay, all right, you guys doubted me. Because, D-Law had that PED situation, and he had those back injuries, as for those who don't know. But he betted on himself. He said, you know what, I'll play under this franchise tag, and I'll prove to the world that I'm the best left defensive edge rusher in the NFC. And technically he won. And then the Cowboys, remember at the beginning of the offseason, there was a lot of like, hey, D-Law don't deserve this, D-Law can't do this, he's not better than Khalil Mack. Why he's asking for Khalil Mack type of money? He's not this, he's not the other kid that played for the Denver Broncos. He's not that guy as well. So we had a lot of back and forwardness going on with D-Law. And the Cowboys looked at everything, they thought to themselves and said, hey, let's just go ahead and sign this guy. Because I'm going to tell you guys again, D-Law not just pass rush. He shuts down the run. And a lot of people go back to the LA Rams game and say, where are the sacks? Where are the sacks? But if you go back and rewatch the film, all of those big runs, they didn't run towards D-Law's side. No. Look, our defense was so busted with not a lot of depth purposes. We had a guy named number 51 Reed out there. We had the other kid Ross, and we had Antoine Barbecue Woods. They was trying their best, but those guys were just outside of Antoine Barbecue Woods. Those guys wasn't really doing anything. They couldn't stop the bleeding. Randy Gregory was getting folded up like a lawn chair as well against the run. So what they did is towards the latter part of the fourth quarter, I kid you not, they flipped D-Law. And they kept Malik on the opposite side to shut down the run. And D-Law, he stopped the bleeding. D-Law played right defensive edge last year against the LA Rams, or this year against the LA Rams, because if you want to count the years or what have you. So they know how valuable D-Law is against the run. And they went on ahead and paid the man. So if you look at Taco Charlton, I don't think that Taco Charlton can earn his grain of salt of playing on that left defensive edge. Because what's happening here is that this guy named Dorrance Armstrong can play left and right, and he's a better right, you see. And Dorrance Armstrong got a better bend, and he's better against the run as well. So Dorrance Armstrong already cemented his spot being more versatile than a Taco Charlton. Now, I can say this, and this is just my thoughts on everything. Taco is a better left defensive edge rusher than Dorrance Armstrong at that left. But Dorrance Armstrong is a better right defensive edge rusher. Yeah. So what's going on with Zeke? This is Sam. My thing is, like I said, the contract is in his hands. It's up to his agent, Rocky Arsenal, to say, okay, we're going to agree to these terms. From my understanding, that it's just above right now Todd Gurley's. I think it's just above or right at Todd Gurley's contract. I don't know whether or not they're looking at, hey, well, since this contract is old, it was newer than Todd Gurley's, the money should be a whole lot higher because of the cap or the percentages should have went up or what have you. It's just my speculations, but there's news that heading into week 1, if this deal can go down like 4,000 pounds by Monday, then hopefully Ezekiel Elliott can give us 2 to 3 days of practice, and he'll be out there sparingly for week 1. Now, here's my reservations on Ezekiel, the main man Elliott. And I think it was on one of those shows that they was talking about when you don't practice with the training camp and these sorts of things, when you're out there in the sand and you're running and these sorts of, it's different than getting hit, especially running backs. Because when you're not getting hit from different angles, you can't simulate that out on the beach. You can't simulate that running hills. And that's when you get your soft tissue issues like the hamstrings or you're pulling a quad, groin pains and those sorts. So my thing is, if Mike Warstick, I can't say this man's last name to save my life, Mike Warstick, if you guys can pronounce it in the chat box, help me out. If he can work with Ezekiel Elliott to gradually, slowly move him into the process, then hopefully around week 3, you'll see an Ezekiel Elliott powerfully coming out there being a 1-2 split combination after he signed his contract. Bring back, Derek Savage said, bring back Rolando McClain. No. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all love him. Y'all love Rolando. I love him too. I love Rolando too. But Mike Wart, how you say it? The guru, I'm going to leave it to you, man. D-Law better ball out. Jerry Jones. Yes. Armstrong was a GOAT in Kansas. Yes. How do players on the practice squad already has been cleared after waivers? First doesn't happen till tomorrow at 1. I mean, sometimes you can have speculations, and what I'm saying is that list was released, so those guys made it to the practice squad. And of course, you talk about waivers and stuff like that. You can always double the money. You can always double up the money. I think that they paid Rico Gathers a little bit more money. And these players say, well, it's kind of like they're back at a free agent list at that point, and they can say, well, instead of me going to Denver Broncos, I'm going to stick around and hang around with the Dallas Cowboys, you see. So they kind of like a quasi in between a free agent, and they can make their own money. So everybody that was talking about Rico Gathers was making Dak Prescott money. Yeah, y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Yeah, Daniel, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. Rolando too slow. Covington was good. Maybe he was good at practice squad, Wow. Hey, Marcus Kidd said, well, while we at it, he's on my Facebook panel. He said, while we at it, we might as well bring back a DeMarcus Ware. Yeah. Rolando was a thumper, Where would you put Rolando? Let me just go into a hypothetical world, since everybody talking about Rolando McClain, the sipping on some scissor McClain, right? So you got LVE out there, you got a Jalen Smith, Rolando McClain, natural position because he's like 6'5". He probably about 270 something now, right? His natural position is playing that Mike, playing inside. Now you got to be a smart player to play that Mike too. You got to call out the opposition. You got to make sure you have lane integrity. You can't overshoot your gaps. And then you got to be responsible and reliable for your back end as well, especially in this cover two defense, right? So you got to be wise. You got to be brilliant to be a Mike linebacker, and which is good, which is cool. My thing is we play so much nickel, right? So you would not bench Jalen Smith to put out a Roe McClain. You would not bench an LVE that's going to be on the weak side to play a Roe McClain. Now, in your base formation, maybe you can gamble a little bit and put them at Sam, but the Sam sometimes will have to be able to cover and trail that tight end. And you don't want Rolando McClain to do that position. Now, you can be a hybrid defense, and if you want to be nuts to do that, to when you put Rolando McClain out there, you can disguise it and roll my guy Jalen Smith out there to the Sam and let him continue to play the Mike. But I wouldn't do that either. This moment I see whatever number Rolando McClain is, I'm audibling and I'm saying striker. I'm streaming. I'm yelling out my reads. I'm saying seam, whatever code that they're going to give for my tight end to vertically move inside. And he's going to line up on the line and he's going to run up vertically. And I'm going to run him right at Rolando McClain and I'm going to pass it to him. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. But I don't think that they would put Rolando McClain back out there. Sean Lee, I'll take all day for $5 million. Hell nah. Donovan Olumba didn't have the catch-up speed. Derek Savage says Rolando, Donovan Olumba. And DB land, what we call that is recovery speed. It's especially used within this system because what you got in Chris Richard's philosophy is that it's going to be man-to-man press on the outer edge. You're going to have your zone cover corners your zone cover safeties up top. That's why you got your two high deep safeties, right? So what Chris Richard wants you to do is either jam, redirect, and if you're on the boundary side, move your hip, kick him outside. But my thing is with Donovan Olumba, his issue is that he don't have that crazy speed to be able to redirect, trail and gather underneath him, follow and chase, and allow the deep safety to hang around on top. What they're saying is that he leaves too much space after he redirects or jam at the line or what have you. And he don't have that what we call recovery speed. Now, he is lengthy. And on top of that, he's getting stronger. So what they trying to do to compensate, I guess, against his speed is build his upper body strength up enough, you see, if that makes any sense to you all. And he can be a poor man's Richard Sherman and those like it. So that's why he's granted the opportunity to be on the practice squad. Now, is Donovan Olumba trash? No. Can Donovan Olumba take out some of those DBs or smaller DBs? Hell yeah. That's why we love Donovan Olumba. We love Donovan Olumba because of those things. So they're giving him an opportunity. Now, on this team, your best boundary corner is your Cheeto Awuzie and your Anthony Brown. Your best guys that can trail and just really redirect, put people on a you know what, is your Byron Jones of the world. Now your best cover corner, regardless of how you look at it, I don't care. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Is Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis. He's your best cover corner on this team. He's your best, hands down, he's your best cover corner on this team. Now, as far as range, as far as those safeties, I'm just breaking down these DBs now. Boy, you guys got me talking my language. This is my love language, actually. This is my love. Your best rangers out there. I would put number 1, Xavier Woods. I saw him catch a ball during this training camp. He was on the other side of the hash. He came all the way across, plucked it out of the sky, and was going to take it to the house. And I was saying, how in the world he caught that ball? That boy got some range. Your second guy with the best range on his team, arguably, was Jeff Heath. You know, I was looking at Jeff Heath. He got some range. You think I'm lying? Look at that Green Bay Packers game. The first year we made it to the playoff against the Green Bay Packers. I think it was 2016. He caught an interception that was so nice. The refs had to hate on him. They said, you know what? We're going to throw a flag. holding on Claiborne because there's no way that he got there. You know, they just threw a flag, a random flag. He actually had 2 INTs against the old boy Aaron Rodgers, and that's not something that you can just casually walk around in the park to do. Our thing is, this is my thing. Jeff Heath is a better free safety than he is in the box. Now this other guy, this young fish, he wears number 26 now. He, according to, or predicated, I'm going to say like them old preachers say, predicated upon this year, if he can display some of those range that he got during preseason from the hash mark to catch the ball and interception, and we look at it from those angles, he might just be one of those guys that can trump everybody with range. But we will see. I'm putting a little small little placeholder on him. But he got some range though. Yes, Ronnie B. Vapes, man, what's good with you, man? Thank you for tuning in. Remember that Raiders game, Dwayne? Oh yeah. Oh you talking about Jeff Heath against the Raiders? Yeah. But my thing is, remember, and this is not me being a Jeff Heath apologist, because I'm still mad like all of you all, because he allowed Jerry Goff to run a 19 yards from the outside all the way around to get that first down. Appreciate you. Thank you for subbing it up, man, CJ. Here's the thing. Remember, there's growing pains in everything that you do, especially when you're trying to pick up a new philosophy. Last year, what if I told you ESPN 30 for 30? Jeff Heath, that was his first year with Chris Richard as well. So you guys got to give Chris Richard and Jeff Heath chemistry to grow with each other, right? So let's just pump the brakes a little bit. Don't try to push the man off to Alcatraz. He's going to be better this year. He's going to be like, okay, this is where I need to be with the ball. This is where I need to be in this side of the field. And then that was his first year playing dedicated, especially just to strong safety. Remember, Jeff Heath, in my opinion, is a free safety. When are you getting with Shango again? Wesley, he said, when we going to get with Shango again? Shango the truth, man. I call him Shango the Great. If you guys don't know who Shango is, just type in Shango on your YouTube and type in Cowboys, and you'll see a guy that wear glasses, man, that be yelling at the camera. Cool brother, man. Cool brother. All right, so let me see what we got over here. We got a lot of comments. Heath is solid. This is for Rue. Yes. When do you think that Zeke will sign this new deal? Sunday, Monday, or late this year? All right, let's do this. Law Nation predicts that my main man Ezekiel Elliott, the path of the righteous man, that be set on all sides, will sign his contract Monday. And here's why. He's not going to be on a Sunday. And Monday, Amari Cooper is going to be his first day back in practice, back in training camp. Well, back in practice, I meant to say, I'm sorry, no training camp. First day back in practice. Amari Cooper will show his face. They will do the press conference. There will be media explosion. It will suck up all of the news of everybody talking about all of the hype of this person picking up this. It will trump the Texan news of the of Larry Tunsil and this sorts of things. That the Texans are trying to regroup and everything like that to get shore up their offense and things like that. And all this week, it'll be another wave of Ezekiel Elliott signed. He's the highest running back, and it's going to lead all the way to week 1. And it's just going to be news bonanza. And the Dallas Cowboys versus the Giants will be the highest rated opener probably of all time this year. Jerry Jones is going for the trifecta. Miss Jackie. Hey, Miss Jackie. We love you, Miss Jackie. Thank you for tuning in, Miss Jackie. Yes, indeed. What about Dak? I think this is what they're going to do with Dak. And you guys know I love Dak, man. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to put Dak on their franchise tag. They're going to hold him. They're going to hold him on that franchise tag. He's going to play on that franchise tag all this year. And a lot of people were worried about Dak Prescott before the start of this year of him getting 25 million, right? It's like, he's not worth 25. He's not worth 27. He's not worth 28. Boy, I know you guys would love for him to sign that now, right? So he's going to play on the franchise tag. They're going to give him, I guess, the franchise tag. Somebody can put that in the chat box. I think it's like 22 to 25 million right now. He's going to play off that. Thank you, Mark, for subscribing. Mark Bush. And what he's going to do is he's going to play off that franchise tag. He's going to win us 10 plus games this year. And everybody's going to look at it and say, dog, we should have signed Dak Prescott to $34 million last year. And the next year is going to be a $40 million. He's going to get to 40, something like that. That's how it's going to go, Cowboy Nation. I'm telling you, man. That's how it is. That's just how it is. Cowboys 27-10. Or this could be the other situation. Jerry Jones thinking about putting him on a franchise tag. And then all of a sudden after week 1 or week 2, they say, you know what? Let's just tear up that franchise tag. And let's go ahead and give you the money. Let's go ahead and give you the money before that thing get crazy. Didn't they do that with my guy, D-Law? They put him on a franchise tag this year again. They back to back. And they say, you know what? Let's tear up that franchise tag. Yeah. Appreciate you for subscribing. Atticus. What's going on, Todd? Really appreciate you. Calhoun. Todd Calhoun. Dwayne Double in the house. Remember that Raiders game. Yeah. Got people all over the world. Please, guys, put down where you all are from. Pollard, Wilson, Hill. Who's my sleeper? My sleeper got the axe. My guy that I was saying is going to be like the sleeper. Well, I take that back. I got a lifeline. Joe Jackson made this team, right? I had the Jacksonaires as my sleepers. I had Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson. Michael Jackson, no longer is on this team. He made the practice squad though, and it should be announced tomorrow. So those guys were my sleeper. San Diego in the house, shout out to you. Man, got a lot of people. Atticus from San Diego. Dago going strong. Alice, Texas, appreciate you. Salute to you, Roy. Louisiana, Roy. I already know where you from. You from Louisiana, baby. South Texas. If anybody from Odessa, man, my heart goes out to you all. This country is at its all-time high with these massive shootings, and I just want people to put the guns down, give a hug, man, and if you have disagreements with anybody, look, that's what makes us unique, man. A lot of people might not like facial hair, but I got some on, some people love it. Look, Auntie Shirley don't make the best spaghetti, but she might think she does, So that's just how life is, Cowboy Nation. People have different views, different points of views and things like that. But out of respect, let's give like a quick moment of silence for those who lost their lives today. It's going to be a quick silence. 1, 2, 3. Amen. Appreciate you all for that quick moment of silence, man. Like I said, man, I love each and every last one of you all, man. You guys wear the silver and blue. I couldn't be talking to you all about the Cowboys if we didn't have similar like interests, especially talking to you all about the Dallas Cowboys of all teams. And I'm from Mississippi, right? Crane, Texas, what's good? ATX in the house, what's going on with you all? And Dallas, Texas, down the street. J-Dog, what's good, fam? Bobby Ice, what's good with you? Jackson, Tennessee. Dwayne, I didn't know you from Tennessee. We got Tucson up in the house, man. That's what I'm talking about. Elizabeth Jimenez, what's good? Anthony D. Carter, Natchez, Mississippi, man. Classmate Katrina, Bird Carter. I be on my husband's Facebook page. Okay. Carter in the house. Man, NTZ, what's what I'm talking about? Natchez. Man, born and raised from Natchez, small town. Everybody know you by your first and last name, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yeah, I'm from Mississippi, baby. Purr Swab, what's good? ATL in the house. That's what I'm talking about. DF Dub in the house. Lil Rock, man. Look, can you imagine if there was a filthy definitely Eagles page, and I had on all this green, and I had like a bird that looked like he was sick on my head and stuff like that. And I say, man, where you guys are from? I wouldn't get this type of stuff. You can't get this. You can't get that from the Eagles page. Richmond, what's good? LA in the house. Not yet. Hopefully it keeps east. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need another hurricane. Okay, and so for those who out there in Florida area, man, y'all be safe too. If they tell y'all to get away, Scoop, get away. Scoop, don't be sitting around like, I can fight this hurricane out. 817, man, what's good, man? All right, so this is the thing. Let me get back to football because I gave you guys a lot of praises about where you all are from. But we will get back to football. Shout out to the whole West Coast, and shout out to all the East Coast. Shout out to all of those who are from the UK, Canada, and Mexico. You know, all of y'all, man. And shout out to Hawaii too, and Alaska. Who's having a breakout? Who's having a breakout season? This is from Hardy Boy. My guy is gonna have a breakout season, and they already discounting him. They already putting him like not even in the top epsilon of like the sophomore years of the players. And remember, I did that comparison. Oh man, that video is no longer on YouTube. I did a Calvin Ridley, and I did a Michael Gallup video. And of course, Calvin Ridley won, but I was saying like year 2. Guess who's gonna beat him out in year 2? And that video was nice, it was cold. That video was cold. It was a highlight video, but YouTube made me take down all of my highlight videos. But that video, he had like over 400,000 views on it, man. And it was all of the highlights of Michael Gallup catching the ball and all of the highlights of Calvin Ridley catching the ball. And it was one of those videos I said to myself, looking back at Michael Gallup, of course Calvin Ridley won, but the way he approached the ball, and I said it's going to get even better from there because he can run some nuanced route. He's a nuanced route runner. He got deceptive speed, and the thing that he does that any other rookie don't do from last year is he aggressively tacked that ball out in the air. He's going to be even better this year. Mark my words, Cowboy Nation. Michael Gallup cemented himself in this role of owning the X position. A lot of people think that Amari Cooper plays the X. No, Amari Cooper don't play the X for this team. That's Gallup. One-on-one on the outside by himself. No outside leverage, no inside leverage at all. It's just him and the DB on the island, and they running. And last year I was able to see some separation. I saw when Dak Prescott overshot him a few times. I saw when he looked up and he got up out of his route because he thought that the play was over with. But all of that chemistry developed all this offseason. Now Gallup got a mental clock in his head, and Dak Prescott got a mental clock working out in his head. So they know when to go deep. They know when to cut it off. He know how to run that bang eight better. Man, it's going to be nice. He's going to have a breakout year. Number 13. If you don't have a 13 jersey, if you buy jerseys of other people, players' name on you, go get that 13 jersey. Go get a Gallup jersey. Trust me, you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. Eric Torres, what's up, man? On my Facebook panel, appreciate you. Love Gallup, he's a great guy. Sarah Green, yeah, he's gonna do that thing, baby. He's gonna do it. 88 should be 88 should be able to finish in Dallas. Are you talking about that video of Dez Bryant working out? Yeah, Dez Bryant still got it. Elizabeth said she loved Gallup. Yeah. We're going to try to have him out at the Cowboys Experience event. If you guys don't know who Cowboys Experience is, it's one of our sponsors. All you got to do is go to www.cowboysexperience.com and check out their ticket prices and also their meet and greet sessions. And all you got to do is if you're in town and you don't really want to buy the tickets to the game, just hit me up and we can see if we can work something out so that when we have the meet and greet sessions, we can give you a major discount. Just mention Law Nation. If you don't want to mention Law Nation, mention Vach. If you don't want to mention Vach, mention Mark Holmes. So we all connected around here. Yes. Re-sign Cooper. Yeah, we're going to re-sign Wesley. We're going to re-sign Cooper. Oh, man. Stubb says he missed the drummer. He missed the drama with Desmond Bryant. That was so funny. That Hard Knocks All or Nothing. That Hard Knocks All or Nothing with the was it Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis. Dez. Remember him saying that? That was so funny. Top 2 or 3 defense and top 5 offense this year. This is from James Soros. I'm greedy. I'm flat out greedy. James, I'm greedy. I don't want to be top 3. I don't want to be top 4 defense. Look, I'm going for the gauntlet, baby. We going for number 1 defense. Number 1 defense to couple that with number 4, number 5 offense. You know, I can live with offense being number 4, number 5, but I want this defense to rip these teams apart, right? Look, go to the Giants Twitter page. They got a picture. They have the nerves, the gall, and the audacity, and the mental fortitude to put up there. Moving on to week 1, they got a picture of Saquon Barkley putting all of his forearm and still form action into my guy Jeff Heath. So they think it's a game. They think it's a joke. I take it personally now with those Giants fans and those Giant team. We're gonna rip them apart. We're gonna make them. We're gonna rewrite history in a few days. We're gonna rewrite history. We're gonna tear them Giants apart. Y'all saw how Eli looked like he saw a ghost last year. It's gonna be 2 of them now. There's gonna be another poll. We have a whole nother meme going. We're gonna wear them Giants out, boy. I can't wait to see it. I know this defense is hungry. Everybody been just talking bad about them. They've been discounting this defense. They've been talking about Zeke this, Jerry Jones this, Amari Cooper here, Dak Prescott here. Nobody mentioned this defense. Go to their Twitter page. Look at the Giants and what they tweeted. Y'all know I'm playing though. You know, I don't want to, rip them apart. But low key, I want to rip them apart, right? All defense, doomsday. Great. Yes, Vero. Yes. I got a feeling about Pollard. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. This is what I can do. All right. This is what I want to do. Post me you all thoughts on stat prediction for week 1. And I give you mine. Thanks, Cowboy for life. Yes, Barksdale. Yes. Dak get 4,500 yards and 45 touchdowns this year. Keith Parrish. I wouldn't want, look, as much as I love Dak Prescott, Keith, I wouldn't want that to happen at all, man. You talk about 4,500 yards and 45 touchdowns. Man, I wouldn't want that to happen, man. I wouldn't want that to happen. Oh, no. A good comfortable number for me with Dak Prescott is 27 touchdowns. That's passing, and then another six touchdown rushing. And this is not me putting Dak Prescott back. No. Because it's the philosophy of our team. We are a run-first team still. So I still want Ezekiel Elliott to eat, and I still want the young Tony Pollard to eat. So I give Dak Prescott more than 22 touchdowns than he did last year. And I give him anywhere from 26 to maybe 28. This is just knocking at the door. But I still want him to rush the rock in for 6 touchdowns. 19-0 this season. Don't just stick your toe in the water. Yeah, get it in, deep in there. Will jumping all the way in. Thank you for the donation to help grow the nation. My boy Will is jumping all the way in. It's total pandemonium. He's saying that, hey, 19-0, baby. Kelvin Doomsday 2.0 on my YouTube Elite page. Yes. Purge SWAT. That's what I'm talking about. Defense win championships. Zeke better bring it. This is Stephanie. We counted on Zeke. We are counting on Zeke to bring it. But I just wanted to slowly move him in. Remember, he wasn't out here in training camp. And we don't want him to become a Miles Austin, with those hamstrings. 11-5 divisional title. Somebody put Dak Prescott stats out there. Give me some Ezekiel Elliott love, man. What's his stat totals going to be? Or give me the Tony Pollard, the TP, are you with me stuff. Give me some of that information. Lord, watch out how you talking. Heads make excuses why the Giants get that L. Yeah. Tomorrow, Parker saying that watch how they gonna say, okay, the reason why the Giants lost is because the reason why the Giants lost is because this, and the reason why the Giants lost is because this is their first game. They trying to, implement, Saquon Barkley. He's trying to become a little comfortable with the new philosophy of the offense and things like that. Yeah, they're going to give him all types of excuses. Zeke, 2,500 yards. Is that total? My goodness. We got some lofty expectations out here. How many interceptions for Eli? Oh, my goodness. Eli. How many interceptions will he throw? Look, Eli is going to be so bad that they're going to demand Daniel Jones to get in. So it's going to be 2 interceptions from Eli, 2 fumbles from Eli. And they're going to substitute him, and they're going to put Daniel Jones in. And there's going to be another interception. His first play is going to be an INT. It's going to be picked off by Donovan Wilson. He's going to pick him off. That's going to be a pick 6. So it's going to be a total of 3 interceptions and 3 forced fumbles. You see that occurred on the Giants, and the defense is going to be lights out. Their punter is going to be tired of kicking. Yeah, and they're gonna try to force the ball around with Saquon Barkley when our linebackers, our 2 tandems, are one of the fastest in the NFL. Who's going to cover out those lanes. And then, look, come on, let's be real. Let's say Saquon Barkley try to run it up the gut. It's going to be baptized by fire because you still got Antoine Barbecue Woods, and then you still have the Christian Covington, that big boy, and Malik Collins. This is a contract year. We don't hear a lot of stuff from Malik. Watch Malik silently. It's going to assassinate everybody this year. Daniel Jones didn't woe me at all. Yeah, they love Daniel. David says that Daniel Jones actually had a good preseason for his New York. We got a New York fan in the house. Here's the thing. The Giants went 4-0 in the preseason. That normally don't translate to a good season. I had to say it, man. I hate to brag on your Giants, but 4-0 doesn't translate well into the regular season. They got these high expectations. They're going to be pumped and filled up. Look, I kid you not. There was a situation whereas there was a preseason team that went 4-0. That year, they end up being 0-16. Google it. The other team went 0-4 for the preseason. They end up they went up going up to the Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl that year. The Giants beat them. But you guys do some research on that. Yeah. 4-0 doesn't translate well. All right, so who else we have here? But Daniel Jones' performance in the preseason made the Giant fans step off the ledge a little bit. Yeah. So that's something. That is something. Yeah, you're right, Cleveland Brown. You're right. All right, so who else we have here? Derek Savage, Detroit. Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. So who else we have here? Malik Collins is going to be like the Aaron Donalds. Oh, my goodness. I don't see him being like Aaron Donald, but I do see Malik Collins being able to be worth every grain of salt that we're going to sign him for. Malik Collins is going to do his thing, real deal. All right, so first time, very classy channel. Yes, appreciate you, Kelly. These 2 games are crucial divisional games. This is from 236. Let me tell you why these games are crucial. They have divisional games, and then on top of that, it's crucial for the fact that if everybody's going to buy into what Kelly Moore is selling, especially by him being a rookie, he's a rookie at this point, offensive coordinator, it's going to be like that, like I said, growing pains. It's going to be a few growing pains, but my only hope, and when you have hope in the future, there's power in the presence. My only hope is that the second year with Chris Richard and that staple piece with that defensive front 4 can carry over in the sport, especially from the aspect, the growth factor of Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup and those boys. All of that stuff can help ease Kellen Moore to be comfortable and get all those butterflies out of his system and belly and be able to be prepared for week 1 and week 2, all of these divisional games. Those are just my strong hopes for that. And that's just me being real with you all. Malik Collins get 8 sacks. This is from Kelvin. Man, Kelvin, man, I can just give you a hug, man. Oh, man, don't you know how that would feel if we can get an interior guy to get 8 sacks? Push that pocket back, help out this defense. Tremendous. Ooh, that would be nice. Yo, Law Nation, what 3 positions you think we are weak in? 3 positions. All right, 3 positions that you think that, what 3 positions that I think that we are weak in? Kicker is for 1. That's number 1. That's number 1. That's one of the positions I have strong reservations in. Number 2, it would have to be, until I see it better on paper, it would have to be that safety position. And here's why. We love what Xavier Woods was able to bring. And our strong safety, Jeff Heath, he played last year into the system. I'm not saying that Jeff Heath is trash, and I'm not saying that Xavier Woods is trash. Let me just put that out there. But you're talking about comparable between the defensive front, the linebacker core, and the DBs on the outer edge. It got to be safety because they're not in that same talk track as the other position groups. So it's a little weak right there. The kicker is just already given. You know, we can't make the short kick. Sometimes I would rather for us to get a penalty, push us back a little bit, then kick the ball. You know, that's how bad we are with the kicking position. The third position, like the weakest out of everything, and this is going to come as a surprise to most and a less surprise to some, would be, I have to say this, don't get mad at me, Cowboy Nation. It's going to be the offensive line. It's going to be the offensive line. And you can say the tight end, but no, it's going to be the offensive line. And we are so solid at our offensive line. On paper, we're solid. You look at the paper, you say, look, oh, wow. You pull out the paper and you say, oh, wow. You got Tyron Smith. That's nice. You got a rookie guy that's from last year. Now he's a sophomore, so he should be bigger, stronger, and better. Connor Williams, okay, that's good. Then you have a Travis Frederick. Yeah, that's nice. Zach Martin, that's nice. And then you have a nimble, what's the guy, Lyle Collins. But if you look at the paper again and you take off the Cowboys goggles and you look at the paper again, you say, man, Tyron Smith, his back issues is all messed up, it's jacked up. We can't depend on that back because it can go out at any time. And then you look at it again, Connor Williams, he's going into his sophomore year. He didn't play that well last year. And you look at it again, Travis Frederick, he still got to prove to me because he came back from that disease, that immune deficiency disease. So we really haven't seen him against the number ones for a solid game. Zach Martin, he's all nicked up. And Lyle Collins, he's a guard and he's playing tackle. He had a sack against Dak Prescott in the playoff last year. You talking about Lyle Collins? He ain't nobody. And you look at the paper, you put it down. You see, if you take the Cowboys goggles off, but on paper, battery go dead. I don't have no way of plugging it up in this wonderful room and setup that I'm in. But I want to appreciate each and every last one of you all. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Thank those who subscribe. Thank those who donated to the nation. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful, beautiful night. Don't forget to put down your thoughts and your love and adulations about these players. Don't forget to put down your predictions, your stat predictions, and all that stuff once this video has been released. Let's continue to grind. Let's continue to shine, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. And remember, you're listening to absolutely nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We out. Peace. Love y'all. One love.